Hi guys, no normal introduction here, as I'm just going to do some real talk mixed in with some channel update talk. And I want to say that there are going to be some changes coming to the channel in the very near future. Now, I did do a channel update a couple months ago, and a lot of that still applies. But with this recent update, I'm not going to be leaving YouTube. None of that. Channel's still going to stay active. I will keep working hard to provide the best content I possibly can for you guys. Myself and the Durbinator will do the best we can to provide the content that we're able to, and just have a blast and share our passion about wrestling and just joke around and have fun and everything. And that's kind of something that I need to talk about when it comes to having fun. You guys have made this channel a whole lot of fun. I mean, so has been working with the Derb. I'm not trying to say that he is the best friend I could ask for. 10 plus years. He's a brother I never had. I love him like a brother. Him, my friend Amber, and my friend Cassie are about the three I'd take a fucking bullet for. I mean, I take a bullet for my parents also, but I mean, they raised me. Why wouldn't I? But that's getting a little dark, I suppose. But it's just I'm dedicated to the people that are close to me, and it's just been such a joy to share, the channel with the Derb and him to put his influence and to have the witty banter that we have going on. It's just been so great. And it really has been. And your guys' support and your guys' feedback in the comments on Twitter, the few people on Facebook that watch my videos, anybody on Instagram, it doesn't matter. You guys have provided so much great feedback and so many good ideas for videos and so much stuff. I really can't thank you guys enough. And you guys have been super supportive whenever I've had to, like, delay a video for a day or something like that. Or like I might have to delay some hashtag Ask for Honesty episodes and ease back on those. And you guys been super supportive of that. If I ever get a bunch of questions, a lot of you will say, "Hey, don't worry about answering the questions right away, or if you have to answer them in the next video, it's okay, because I don't like to rush through that stuff." And this is where, so the videos are not going to go away. Channel's still going to be active. Derb and I will do what we can, because it's still a blast, and it's a great outlet for my anxiety and depression, which is going to transition me, and I'm not going to reveal everything that I've been going through, but I think you guys have been able to tell lately there's been something a little bit off about me. Like I've been a little bit too angry during some of these reviews. Now, some of them have been justified. Super Showdown and a few others. And, the bad booking decisions WWE's made. And don't get me wrong, some of the AEW stuff ain't been all that great either. And even some of the stuff New Japan's done. I'm passionate about wrestling and have been since 1985. And I will always be passionate about wrestling. It is one of my true loves. I mean, obviously, my parents and my friends would be, others, and then you guys as well. You guys have been just absolutely great. But wrestling is a true love of mine, and I will always love it. Whatever incarnation, even the good and the bad, I will always love some parts of it. That being said, I have allowed myself to get a little too angry towards things, and I need to stop that. That doesn't mean angry rants aren't going to go away. That doesn't mean I still won't show my passion and that I won't be fired up when need be. But there have been times where I've gotten a little too angry about stuff that isn't that important. Sometimes there are certain burials, as much as I hate to use that word, and other shit that goes on that I feel the need to get fired up about. And then there are some shows that actually aren't that bad, but then end bad, that actually aren't that bad, but then end bad and leave a bad taste in my mouth. It's an ever-evolving form of entertainment, and sometimes I get too fired up about it. And I have to ease back on that and remember that wrestlers are people too. And as much as I wish that I wasn't guilty of that, I am guilty of that. Now, that doesn't mean I won't share the dark humor. That doesn't mean I won't share the dirty jokes. Doesn't mean I won't have a lot of fun on Twitter. But also, going back to the whole thing about depression, I've been very depressed for a long time. And it has built and built and built and built and built. And I've had to push myself through possibly having any breakdowns. I'm not going to get into too many details besides that. That is on me. That is not on any of you guys. Okay? Just saying that right now. I have neglected myself as far as a diet and as far as lack of sleep. Now, some of that has been stress. Some of that has been others. Some of that has just been other shit. Again, stuff I can't control, you know, the kidney stone, the hospital bill, that kind of stuff. Missing a day of work, missing a day and then like 90 minutes of another shift wasn't exactly fun, since it's the first time I've had to miss any work in in about 2.5 years, which was really rough. But, but the good news is I'm making some changes in my diet, and I'm making sure to make some changes to help my overall mental health, to help my state, and to make sure that my state of mind is good, and that even though, yes, I will get fired up about wrestling, and no, WWE is kind of at a low point creatively, even though there's some good shit, there's some not good shit going on. AEW's on the rise, New Japan, that kind of stuff. There's a good playing field going on in wrestling. There's indie wrestling, that kind of stuff. Support your indie wrestling. There's been a lot of really good stuff that's happened in my life. It's not all doom and gloom. But because I've neglected myself so much, you know, diet-wise and sleep-wise and everything, and just overall not taking time for myself, it has had an adverse effect on sometimes how I have acted. Which is, again, on me. None of you guys. You guys once again have been so goddamn supportive, and I am so grateful for it. I have a great group of friends. I have loving parents. Yes, I have had to live with my parents for about the past 7.5 years after living on my own for 4. Due to finances, it's not that it's not that I can't pay my bills. I can pay my bills. But if you take a look at the cost of living, like especially in Washington, for an apartment or a condo, an apartment, a studio apartment, you know, renting a duplex, whatever, it is so astronomical. I would need like 3 roommates, and I don't trust enough people to do that. Plus, it's a healthier environment for me to actually be here. And basically, just overall, like, yeah, I mean, I'm revealing that, and you guys can get upset if you want. You guys can, you know, pick on me if you want. You know, I'm 38 years old. I'm not the only 38-year-old person to live with their parents. I'm self-sufficient enough, but I just know what works for me. Plus, right now, mentally, I don't think I would be fit to live on my own. And yeah, that's kind of revealing a whole lot of stuff, and I'm pretty certain I'll probably open myself up to some trolls, and then whatever, you know, you guys can get gone because you guys don't need to be around. But a lot of you all know a lot of these things. I just thought I would state them just to kind of get to the point that my depression, anxiety, and dark thoughts have kind of run rampant some days. I've had to avoid having a breakdown here and there, and I mean a pretty bad breakdown. I've had to push myself at work, and I don't mean push myself like, oh, I had to do all this shit, but I've just had to distract myself. I will be taking steps to make sure my mental health is better. I will be taking steps to make sure my overall health is better. I'm never going to be super healthy because I've just never been that healthy of a person. I know things will work out, and however big or small this hospital bill is, I know it'll work out. I'm always going to have wrestling. I'm always going to have, you know, the close friends. I'm going to have my parents. I'm always going to have you guys, and I'm grateful for that. I just really wanted to share this stuff and put it out on video, mainly to let people know that if you are going through shit, especially if you're somebody that interacts with me, like if you interact with me on Twitter, and it could be people that interact with me on YouTube, but I don't really have a way to interact with people other than message them, and I don't want to put your shit out in the open. Because just because I'm putting some of my shit out in the open doesn't mean you want to. If you're on Twitter, you are more than welcome to DM me if you are going through stuff. And I appreciate there are a lot of people that DM me to make sure I was doing okay, and that still make sure I'm doing okay. And I'm grateful for that. And it just means a whole lot, and I really just want to do the real talk just to thank you guys. It means a whole lot that you guys continue to support me. I know I'm not perfect. Who is? Besides Monica Bellucci. No, I mean, she is very close to the perfect woman, but if you haven't seen Brotherhood of the Wolf, please see that. But anyway, to get back on topic, no one is perfect, but the fact you guys accept me for me, even as off as I can be sometimes, really means a lot. And I will be taking steps to make sure and ensure that I'm around for a good while, and that I'm in the best state, and that I can have the most enjoyment watching wrestling, and that we can have fun getting back and interacting and bantering and having a whole bunch of good conversations, because that's really what it's all about, and enjoying wrestling, even if wrestling is at some low points or whatever. That's really what I want to offer on the Real Talk Mix with a channel update. Now, this is the main thing where I'm going to start talking about the G1 Climax tournament, because a lot of you guys have been wondering, oh wait, since this kidney stone thing came up, or oh wait, you know, you're having to work a whole lot, are you going to be able to cover all the reviews? Are you going to be able to review all of it? The answer is yes. But this is where some changes are going to come. And this is going to come for the next like month because it's right now July 10th. So in a couple days, night 2 and 3 will be starting the G1 Climax tournament. So I'm going to go over these days, and I'm going to explain why some of these reviews will be live. I'm going to be taking some days off here and there, even though I don't really want to give back money. I'm going to have to take some days off just for days where I can just, even if I lose a little bit on my paycheck, I got to take some days and just relax. Because I got some indie shows coming up, and there are some big shows, not the big show, coming up, like, you know, in August, like SummerSlam and stuff like that. So the G1 Climax tournament, for those who don't know, is a month-long tournament, essentially, and it's 19 days. The 19th day is the final. And it's a big old round-robin tournament and everything, and you got these two guys that win the A block and the B block, and they face off. But the whole thing is, since it's on Japanese time, I may not be able to review these live. So, for the 13th, because that's on a Saturday, I do work that day. I work 7 to 3. There is also AEW's Fight for the Fallen later that day, which should be a good show. In fact, I'm actually very excited for it, and I think will be a good show. But then also the 14th is Extreme Rules, and I'm working 7.5 hours before that show. So there's night 2 and night 3, and they're at 2:30 a.m. and then 11 p.m. Saturday, respectively. Those may end up being mashed up into one review because I might not be able to watch the 2:30 show live. I might have to skip that, and then I might just have to mash it up with the 11 p.m. show. Because again, I'm trying to make sure I give myself more sleep and stuff like that, and make sure I give more time for myself. The night 4, which is on a Monday, that's at 2 a.m., unless I am really able to, I'm probably going to just wait on that one and just review it later that night or the next day. So you may be getting some dual reviews is my point. And then you got night 5, night 6, and night 7, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, respectively, at 2:30 a.m. Now, those may be actually combined into just one review, or I may combine night 5 and night 6 and then do night 7 and then just, you know, continue on from there. But with some of these, if I have to work later in the day, I may be just watching them on demand. So I will be reviewing all these. I do want to say night 8, which is a Wednesday, that's at 2:30 a.m. I'll probably be watching that later in the day. And then the 27th and the 28th, it's 2 a.m. on a Saturday and then midnight on a Sunday. Now, the 26th and 27th, Chris and I, Derb, aka the Derb, we're going to be going to a 2-night Defy Northwest Wrestling event. We go down on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to be going, you know, back. With those events, especially considering it'll be like night 9 and night 10, unless I take, you know, the 27th and 28th off, I'm probably going to have to delay those and just do a dual review, like, you know, later Sunday afternoon. And then there's the 30th, that's night 11. That's on a Tuesday. I probably can maybe watch that one live. We will see. And then the 1st, and this is where things are going to get a little tricky. And really, I'm just providing this because I want to be as transparent with you guys as possible. So the 1st, that's night 12. That's on a Thursday. I will probably watch that one on demand and have that review up that afternoon. And then the 3rd, it's 1 a.m. on a Saturday, and then night 14 is going to be at 11 p.m. on 11 p.m. Let's see, 11 p.m. on a Sunday. I think that's right, or 11 p.m. on a Saturday. I think it's 11 p.m. on a Saturday. So, you know, there's a lot of dual night reviews dual night shows due to the fact that, or 2-day events due to the fact that New Japan has, you know, their own schedule and everything. They run on Japan time, obviously not Pacific Coast time. So that may end up being a dual review on, you know, Sunday afternoon, which I hope you guys understand. The 7th and the 8th, that's Wednesday and Thursday respectively. That'll probably be a dual review on Thursday. And then SummerSlam weekend, which is the 10th. I mean, well, that's TakeOver, and then there's SummerSlam, and then there's gonna be a whole lot of wrestling that weekend from Saturday morning to Monday night, there's going to be TakeOver, SummerSlam, Raw, but there's also going to be 3 New Japan G1 Climax shows. And that's going to be the 17th at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. So I'll probably watch that one live. And then Sunday, the 11th, that's night 18, and that's the B Block Finals, I believe. That's going to be, I'm going to probably review that one live. And then the finals I will review live, and those are on, that's like at 11 p.m. on a Sunday, so that's like pretty much like a couple hours after SummerSlam ends. The whole reason I'm telling you guys this is because last year I reviewed all the G1 tournament shows live. I'm not going to be able to do that this year. I'm going to do what I can to review and I'm going to review all, unless suddenly, this kidney stone, all this stuff takes a dive, which I don't think it will, knock on wood. I will have to review some of these on demand and everything. So I'm not saying you guys can't tell me, hey, what'd you think of this match and this match? If you spoil it, whatever. But I have to focus on work, and I have to focus on myself. I will be taking some days off to make sure, A, that I don't burn myself out as far as like how much wrestling I'm going to watch in general, but also for my mental health. So what I'm going to make sure I do is with every review, every G1 review that I do, that I tell you guys what I'm going to be doing, why I'm going to be doing it, and when the reviews are going to be up. So likely you're going to get some dual reviews, kind of like what I did with the Best of Super Juniors. It won't be that many of them, or at least like that many in a row, because I think I did night 1, 2, night 3, 4, and then night 5, 6 as dual reviews. I will be reviewing all the G1, but some of them are going to be, a little bit later, not right after the show is totally done. So I hope you guys understand that. But the real talk here is that I just want to tell you guys that other content, retro content, that kind of stuff, channel update stuff, I will be doing as much of that as I can. But if there are gaps, if there's like a day or two gap where I'm not posting videos, check with me on Twitter, make sure I'm okay. I would really appreciate that. But understand that I'm taking time for myself, and I'm trying to find a good balance. Because I can keep pushing out content like crazy, but eventually if I keep doing that, I'm just going to reach a burnout, and I'm just going to reach a frustration like I have, and that's all on me. You guys have not demanded that I have made content, and I thank you for that. But I want to provide the best content I can possibly for you guys, so that's why I'm going to be taking mental health days, stepping back some, and making sure that I provide the best content for you guys, and that you guys find the most entertainment out of it. Because a lot of you guys love when I get angry, and don't get me wrong, I love getting angry. But eventually it wears me down a little bit. So I'm trying to find that balance. But I thank you guys for staying through this whole update. I do love and appreciate you guys. I really, really do. It means a whole lot. You guys are welcome to share anything that you are going through that you feel comfortable telling me in a DM on Twitter, if you're able to DM me. Don't share it with me via tweet. Not that I don't trust you. Not that I'm going to share that stuff. But, maybe if you don't want to expose that stuff, you're welcome to talk to me in DM, and I will talk to you. But do not worry. I am good. I'm going to take care of myself, and I will be good. Come hell or high water, I'm going to be good. And I'm not leaving YouTube. You guys have been super good to me. It's a great outlet for anxiety and depression, and I'm having a blast. But I'm just trying to find a balance and everything, and make sure I work on myself and make sure that I'm good. So anyway, thank you guys. It really means a lot, and I will be covering again all the G1, but some of them may be on VOD, or some of them may be the video on demand stuff. It may be up a little bit later. I will be covering this entire tournament. I will be covering other stuff, but I will also probably be easing back a little bit on some of the New Japan content I do, unless the views really spike up. I know that seems selfish, but if people aren't going to watch, then what's the point? But the bottom line is big tournaments like Best Super Juniors, New Japan Cup, G1, and the big shows that they do, I'll be doing those. And I'm going to be making sure that I provide the best content possible. So thank you very much, you guys, and I will see you soon.